resistance band lat pull down. This is a great exercise for training the lat muscles, which are located along the length of the back on either side, as well as the muscles in between the shoulder blades, the biceps, and the forearm muscles. Now, to set up for the exercise, I have one end of a resistance band anchored on something high and stable. So I'm in the gym here today, so I'm using a pull-up bar. If you're at home and you don't have access to something that's high enough up or that you trust to be stable enough, you can get a attachment for the resistance band, which is kind of like a wedge that goes in between a door frame, and you close the door, and then that'll give you a nice, sturdy, stable support at the very top of the door frame, which should be high enough up. Now I'm going to be in a seated position, so that way I can get a nice stretch on the band to start. I'm going to be holding it in one hand, and to start every single repetition, I have my shoulder hugging up towards my ear and my elbow straight. I'm going to pull down with my shoulder first, then pull with my elbow, hug that into my side, hold for a second, squeezing my shoulder blade back, squeezing my elbow into my side. I'm going to slowly come up with the elbow, come up with the shoulder, and then I'm going to repeat that, always doing the two separate motions of the elbow and the shoulder. If I want to modify the difficulty of this exercise, obviously, if I have different resistance bands, I could use a heavier band or a lighter band. Or if I want to modify the tension with the same band, I can change my anchor point. So I could change by getting close to the anchor point. I can make it a little bit easier because now the band doesn't have as much tension. Or I can get further away from the anchor point. Now I'm pulling back a little bit more, and now the band is starting out with more tension. I could also modify by getting into a higher up position, so a kneeling position or a half kneeling position. This is going to make it easier to perform because, again, the band is not starting out with as much tension. And from this half kneeling or kneeling position, I could modify just the same by getting closer to make it easier, or by getting further away to make it more challenging. You should be doing sets of this of anywhere from 10 to 15 repetitions at a time, and the goal should be to increase the difficulty that you do it over time.